Emo.
You didn't.
And all boys.
Good evening. I'd like to call to order a regular scheduled meeting, Elk Grove Park District on March 13th, 2025. Francis, can I have a roll call, please?
President Walls?
Here.
Commissioner Piecki is absent.
Well,
Commissioner Carlson?
Here.
Commissioner Cook?
here,
Commissioner O'Malley?
he's here.
Approval of minutes, February 27th, 2025, Committee of the Whole, February 27th, 2025, regular scheduled meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No one is opposed. February 27th, 2025, closed session meeting minutes. I need a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. Public communications, Lori? Dan? Okay. Any correspondence? Hearing, seeing none. Comments by the commissioners? Hearing, seeing none. This could be a record. Recommendations of acceptance and approval. Approval of payment application number 3 from Bear Construction, Inc. of Rolling Meadows, Illinois for the Fox Run Driving Range Building Improvements Project in the amount of $61,063.72.
So
Need a
moved as
motion and a
presented.
second.
Second.
Mark, I don't know who the heck told me. Something about some wires cut or they were gonna fix them. How's that one going? Is it on schedule?
It's not on schedule. I'm meeting with them within the next couple of days to figure out how we need to get the project back on track.
Okay.
We're targeting next week, but realistically, I think it's gonna be more like the end of the month.
Okay. Yeah, I heard something went wrong. Somebody did something.
Not necessarily related to that.
That's a
Yes,
phone
there was
line
a
that-
phone line that was
Oh,
broken, and it
okay.
really only affects the driving range. So I know that it'll get fixed, but I was just talking about the project in general.
Okay. Because Jeremy just opened up on Tuesday. We'll probably get 3 good days in the next week and a half. So it's not like there's a rush, but obviously, I'd like to get her open.
Yeah.
So we have a motion and a second. Could I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
President Walls?
I am a yes. Approval to reject all bids for the Roosevelt 2 through 5 age group playground renovation. The project will go out to rebid. Motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Who's the
Wait,
second?
wait.
Oh, you have some comments?
I
Sorry.
would just like to clarify why or have Mark clarify why we're recommending to rebid this.
Well, after reviewing the bids, we didn't like them, and we're using our
Veto power?
our ability within the contract to reject all the bids. After I reviewed it, Ben reviewed it, and then we had Attorney Hoffman look it over, and we just thought the best thing was to reject it and rebid it.
And we're within our right to do that, correct?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, it's a clean slate. We think it's the best way to move forward and then have them rebid. And
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner O'Malley?
yes,
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. Items of information, leisure services.
Okay, so at the Chivalry Adult Center, they are up to 270 members, and at the Mardi Gras themed luncheon, they had 72 in attendance in February. For aquatics, they were at 57 private lessons and 280 total swim lesson participants for the month, and Aqua Wellness was at 887. Moving on to youth athletic leagues, a ton going on as it's the spring season. So for spring rec soccer, we're at 216 players. Spring house baseball, 137. Football, 7-on-7, 103. Girls softball, 176. And a big shout out to Channel 6. They are going to be broadcasting the basketball championships for 5th through 8th grade tomorrow night. Cultural arts, Annie rehearsals are well underway. They are actually going to be in Tech Week in production next week. Shows are March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And tickets are available online at the Pavilion front desk, or you can also buy them at the show if they are not sold out. Dance, the Pavilion Dance Center ran 4 recitals on February 9th at Elk Grove High School. There were 1,015 audience members present and an additional 500 that tuned in via our live stream. For early childhood, preschool registration is open for the 2025-2026 school year. We also recently held an open house with 36 families in attendance. For the fitness center, Group X participants were at 2,219 for the month. Personal training was at 185, open gym 670, and rejuvenation tracked uses was 2,085. For rentals, for the month of February, we are at 171 this year compared to 102 last year. For school care programs, Kids Club was at 1,734 registrations for the month. Special events, we held our Sweetheart Dance. It was a huge success with 133 in attendance. Upcoming events to mention, tomorrow at the Sheila Ray Adult Center, we have an open house from 1 to 2:30. March 21st, a Parents' Night Out. I already mentioned the Annie Productions next week. April 5th, Celebrate Spring at the Carousel from 9 to 11. April 11th, another Parents' Night Out. And April 13th is our underwater egg hunt at Pavilion Aquatic Center.
Well, any questions or comments? Thanks, Tiffany.
Either Tom or you can answer this. Is it just slow for the seniors to renew their membership?
Yes.
Because, we have, or what you just announced was 270, yet in our committee of the whole, when Gina was here, we were at 351. So you're talking about 80 people have not done this, that they just dragged their feet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we actually have a lot of people who aren't back yet from their snowbird season. So spring and summertime, we'll actually see that go up quite a bit.
I thought Tom wanted Bunko or something like that, and they all just.
They all are
They got no money left.
Hey, Texas Hold'em. Any questions? No, we did that already, right? Parks and Planning update, Mark?
So I talked about the driving range project already. The Fountain Square Playground has started. It came in on Monday to put the construction fence up, and then Kids Around the World came in on Tuesday to do some removals. Now Hacienda is scheduled to come in. I know they were here on Wednesday. They're going to start doing the rest of the demolition and the installation to come. The project is due to be completed in May. The calf lighting that we had talked about the last couple meetings has been repaired. The ballpark estimate that we got of $50,000, the actual price is going to be somewhere around $20,000, thanks to just kind of going out to bid and looking at different companies that can help us out. I wanted to thank staff for putting the time in to work with the vendors to get that pricing down and get it completed before baseball season. So that worked out great. I was happy to see that. The only thing left is there's some concrete repair at the front of the building, and then there is a bad breaker inside the panel, but that's pretty easy to repair. The sports lighting at Marshall Park is just about wrapped up. I would say it's 99% done. They're going to come back tomorrow to finish everything off, do the restoration, and make sure everything's working, and hand it over the keys to us. So I'm happy to see that project completed. And then Evans and Sons with the pickleball project was out today to draw out the site, map it out with where the drainage, where the construction fence, where the water line is, and they're ready to get started on Monday with setup of the construction fence and mobilization.
So you're thinking once they put a shovel in, 8 weeks, 12 weeks?
They had estimated 2 months to be completed sometime around May 15th. That's the construction schedule that they gave me. They're going to try to work. They said that we would be their first customer, and they stuck to their word. So they were out there, and hopefully they can get it done in 8 weeks.
And then on the lights, I know they're almost wrapped up, but they have to come back and test them at night, right, to aim?
To my knowledge, they've already been set up. That's a question I'm planning on asking them tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think they're already good to go, but yeah, I'll follow up with them on that.
Okay.
And then they do have to come back because the pickleball controller is going to be a push button, so it's basically off when not in use. And then
Oh,
if somebody
it's on,
comes up, they can press the button, the lights will come on as long as it's before 9 o'clock, and it'll run for an hour or whatever we program it to be.
Yeah.
They'll have to come back once the pickleball court is done. They can set that up for us.
I agree with John that no matter what, you do have to get them back out there and see what the lights look at night. because we've made all these promises that there'd be little spillover, we're talking about 2-3 feet. And so if anything needs to be adjusted before the lights go on,
Yeah.
and then we're waiting for them to come back on their schedule, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
And one other thing on that timer, you've been to a self-serve car wash, right? Where it gives you like a couple beeps and you're like, you're running out of quarters. I wonder if they'll do that. So if they have that in that.
I don't know how
control.
it's set up at Clark Park, but it's essentially the same system that's over there.
Because
I
when you're in
think
the
it
middle of
runs-
a game and a shot and boom, the timer goes off, you're pitch dark. I'm sure they've got
Sure,
it figured
two
out.
quarters.
Okay, but
Print a roll
you
quarter.
can't go up and push it at like 10 to 9 and
No.
it stays on for an hour.
No, you can push it at 10 to 9 and it'll come on, but at 9 o'clock it's shut
So,
off.
okay, that's my question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how it is at Clark, but I think Clark's actually stays on till 10. I can't remember exactly how the one at Clark works, if it's an hour or two, or how,
I thought it was an hour and a half, but I can look into that.
we could put a sign by it and say that once the lights turn on, you have an hour and a half, you gotta reheat it or something.
Well, we can program that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can make it whatever
So
we want it to be.
let's see what we get out of it, and maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's 2 hours, who knows, but we'll learn.
Just have it go off at 9 o'clock, please.
Yeah.
8:59.
Right? Okay. Business services update.
Real quick, can I ask the board a question? The CAF lighting, since it was an emergency repair, do you have a preference if it comes out of operations or capitals?
Whatever has the higher fund percentage. That'd be my.
Brad can play games, I'd say out of capitals,
Okay. I
Personally.
mean, Brad and I go back and forth on this, and I said I would ask. you
because we
guys.
make capital adjustments sometimes as a board, so what's the difference?
I mean, it would fit in both places if you're looking where to put it.
Do what you,
Personally, it's a capital asset, when we put those in, it was a capital, and if we were to replace it, it would have been in a capital, which is basically what we were doing. Obviously, it was more because of a repair, but because we are replacing that, I would say capitals is, but if you guys want to take it out of the operation budget a little more.
comfortable capitals.
Yeah, I would be too.
Capitals is fine.
Who won?
Thank you. I lost this one.
Tell us ahead of time, you might win.
It's gonna happen. So anyway, you were hijacked there for a second. Business services update.
Yeah, today is Thursday, March 13th. The golf course has been open since Tuesday. The driving range remains closed. We'll work with Mark and our contractor to get that operational as soon as possible. We may open it with still under construction. Carts are running. They were running everywhere and continue to run so. The new carts are working out great, especially with the wet conditions, being able to do cart path only and open up more holes versus just being cart path only. So this Saturday, March 15th, we have Bill O'Connell's Jazz Quartet from 7 to 10. That event is sponsored by Old Smoky. Saturday, April 19th, we have Going Live from 7 to 10, and then a Strixon fitting April 18th at the driving range. You cannot register quite yet for that. Details will be on there soon. And seasonal hiring has started, so make sure you check out the website if you're looking for a seasonal or summer position.
Any questions or comments? Marketing and communications update? That's like, where'd you go? Kelly?
All right. We are very happy. We had a new advertiser in the spring guide, which was Baker's Basket, and I have a new advertiser coming in the summer guide, which is MCS Dermatology. And I'd like to thank Lori Christensen and Village Realty for sponsoring the Mardi Gras lunch at the Senior Center. So that was really nice for them to come out and have a table and share some information about their company with our seniors. And we have all of our senior luncheons sponsored this year right now except one. So that is all booked. And we have a major sponsor for our September 7th Bark in the Park Dog Festival. So we've got Elk Grove Veterinarian Emergency are going to be a big sponsor of that event. But we are taking applications right now if anybody is interested in being a vendor or a sponsor for the Bark in the Park in September. We had our marketing team went out to the preschool open house last month, and we had a marketing table and talked to a lot of prospective families at the preschool about different offerings throughout the Park District. And we also attended the Ridge Schools Family Learning Night to talk about Park District programs and summer camp and various things like that. And Tiffany mentioned that we do have a big open house tomorrow at the Sheila Ray Adult Center from 1 to 2:30. And if you come, you'll receive one of these great tote bags. So do put that on your calendar tomorrow to stop by from 1 to 2:30. And looking forward to seeing everybody, learning more about Sheila Ray.
Very good. Any questions or comments? Executive Director update, Ben?
Mine's not really an update, it's just talk about the spring. Spring is here almost, the weather's warming up. So I want to encourage our residents to get outside and recreate and use our parks and our amenities in our parks and our playgrounds, of course. I would also like to mention that the Parks Department is working diligently to get all of our baseball, softball, and soccer fields ready. So please be patient, but it looks pretty good. They've already been able to turn over the baseball field at least once, right? Which is great. And then the last thing is just to help ensure our parks stay beautiful and safe. Please report any vandalism, misuse at our online portal at elkgroveparks.org or the main number 847-437-9494. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the parks. Thanks.
Any questions for Ben? Okay, any old business?
Do we have a little bit of direction on what we're doing with the girls cheerleading, or you guys need more time, or?
More time.
More time, okay.
Any other old business? Any new business?
Hello, John.
Payment of bills, February 28th, 2025, in the amount of $327,351.88, and March 7th, 2025, in the amount of $138,293.21. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes. 19 minutes in, I need a motion and a second for adjournment.
So moved.
Second. Roll call, please.
Tom wanted it to last longer.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
That's it, Francis.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
President Walls?
Yes, this meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting date is March 27th, 2025, right here in the same old room, 7 p.m. Thank you very much.
Town of Cranford, New Jersey, our local municipal channel, TV35, is a major source of hyper-local information that is specifically designed and created for our residents alone. We get to see our town meetings, concerts, high school sports, news, and more on a channel that is strictly about our community. The value of public, educational, and government stations was clearly demonstrated during the COVID-19 pandemic. All access channels provided crucial information, including press conferences and emergency updates from their municipal governments directly to their citizens. Today, the very existence of PEG channels is under attack. Access channels have been historically supported by a special surcharge that subscribers pay on their monthly cable bill, which is passed back to each municipality. But in 2019, this all changed. The FCC passed a franchise fee order that allows the cable companies to redefine the way PEG stations are funded. Under this new order, the cable companies could add the value of in-kind contributions to this cap, including the ability to place an arbitrary number on the value of each access channel. This would greatly affect the total amount received by municipalities and drastically reduce the amount of funding available to support PEG stations, possibly forcing municipalities to reassess the importance of funding their channels. Fortunately, there is a simple solution to this problem that is awaiting action in both sides of Congress. The Protecting Community Television Act mandates that the franchise fees must be only monetary payments. No non-monetary contributions will be allowed. This would ensure that franchise fees would continue at the level required to support PEG and community channels. Please contact your members of Congress today and ask them to co-sponsor the Protecting Community Television Act. Doing so will demonstrate their support for PEG television and allow municipal and community channels to continue bringing you hyper-local information.
Davey knows a thing or two about getting results. So do we. Elk Grove Village can help your business get big.
Fox Run Golf Links, a year-round facility featuring great food and fun. Our newly remodeled clubhouse features 22 large-screen TVs, plus daily food and drink specials. Bring your friends and play around on one of our full-swing golf simulators featuring over 85 courses. With all this, Fox Run is also the perfect place to host your next meeting or special event. Visit us today at foxrungolflinks.com for more information on indoor leagues and special events.
In these uncertain times, America needs a man whose very presence will instill confidence and commitment into this precious land. A brave man who will bring innovation and clarity to the American landscape. That man is... Hello! Ralph the Robot. Fridays at 9, only on Channel 6.
Elk Grove Village is home to the largest industrial park in the United States. It's a community of makers, companies that invent, design, manufacture. When your neighbors are makers, the supply chain gets shorter and profits grow. It's why businesses thrive here. Elk Grove Village. Makers want it.